Hey folks, welcome back to the channel, and this is part 2 of the second collection room update. Part 1 was quite lengthy, it's coming in about 55 minutes long, and a fair bit has changed in that room now. I've done a lot more to it, so it's definitely justified me bashing out another part 2 for you. So this is the room that I've usually been in, as I showed you in the first part. There's a lot more space in here now, and I did bring the Spider-Man and the boxes back into this room because on the shelf in the new room these boxes are considerably bigger than the usual kind of shoebox shape. For instance, that Metal Gear Solid box by Hot Toys there, every box that's on display on the shelves in there is that kind of shape and size, and these ones and the Fight Club box were throwing things off a little bit because they're bigger. So I brought them in here and just put the little Hitman game beside the Hitman figure. He's actually got a broken leg and I haven't even glued it back on yet, so his leg is literally just kind of resting. So I need to change his body soon and kind of update him a fair bit. That was years ago that I made him, but check out the review for him on the channel. It's quite long, pretty funny. There's a hell of a lot of poses and stuff like that. Here you have the little Metal Gear Solid section. I love how this is looking. I love these figures. Just let you get a closer look. This one is obviously kind of my kit bash version to kind of represent the more recognizable look from Snake from Metal Gear Solid 3. Here's his sneaking suit. That's pretty nice. And the play art's quite quiet, which is still a fantastic piece. I do really hope that Hot Toys bring us a version of Quiet from them. But yep, so let me just pan back. I'll take you through and show you the new room and how it's looking. Let me just get this out of the way and show you those guys. That shelf now is just for various box sets and stuff. I might as well let you see what I got. You can always pause it and get a better look. These aren't my priority, like most loved films, although obviously Frasier, big love for that. And Partridge. I wonder if people in America know about Partridge. I'm sure you do, but he's more of a British thing. But just look at that face. Yeah, trust me, if you're not knowing, I'm here to let you know. It's all about Partridge. Let's go ahead and put him back. Started collecting the Simpsons box sets, classic stuff. Luther, that's awesome. Check that out if you haven't done already. Window ledge. Oh, by the way, it's a very cloudy morning, raining heavily. So there's not much light outside, so I'm afraid the lighting in here won't be that fantastic. But there's a little Star Wars shelf. That's where I've got my Robocop and Christopher Reeve Superman. And same as before with the T-800, he's got his own little section now. Nothing's changed on the Alien and Predator shelf. And nothing's changed over here, but I have got a new... well, actually, it's an old poster of Heath Ledger. I actually got this before the film came out from HMV, and it's been rolled up in its packaging ever since. But I just put it in here. Then I'll put another one up here in a couple of days. Alright, let's go through to the new room. That obviously needs tidying up. Let's go, let's do it. Come with me. I'm wearing my Freddy Krueger jumper. Alright, so turn on the light. And just close the door. Yeah, baby. Alright. This is new, got the big posters up. That wasn't like that originally. So yes, I've actually got 2 Freddy jumpers. I think I actually have 3. The first one was a gift from someone. They got me a medium. I loved it and I wanted a bigger one, so I got a large. That wasn't quite as large as I thought it would be, so I ended up getting an extra large. So I've got 3 Freddy jumpers. Now this is new. You've seen me do this before with the Catwoman comics, and I've decided to do it now with these Big Game Predator series. This was the first series of comics I ever collected. Started with the last one, ironically, and then I worked my way backwards. Managed to get the whole set. They're all first prints. But the artwork, let me just zoom in, if it will let me. There we go. Yeah, you can really appreciate the artwork on these front covers. And it's a great story as well. I think that's probably the coolest Predator image ever drawn. It's absolutely perfection. And here, he's just killed that dude. That's a nice one. And that's a classic one as well. So that's the Predator Big Game comic series. seriously recommend you get them. You can find them on eBay. I had a look. They are still available. And here's the original first print series of AVP comics from 1991, I think it was. Yeah, check that out. Really, really nice. Amazing artwork. I love that one there. Look at the alien melting away. And this one here, Predator teaming up with a human, surrounded by alien warriors. So yeah. And I've put more space between the figures. You'll notice there's a bit more space between each one now. It's just a little bit less crammed. And everything's looking sweet. Haven't really changed many poses or anything. I did bring Maleficent in here because, like I said before, the Spider-Man boxes and the Fight Club boxes were bigger than these. And I wanted it to be all the same size. And very neat and tidy. Also added some of my favourite comic books from my childhood. There's actually a Guns N' Roses comic with their sort of story of how they got going. The first sort of year or two of their career. That's an amazing comic. It's even got a bit where, true story, where Axl Rose punches David Bowie for trying it on with his girlfriend backstage. That's in the comic. There's Ren and Stimpy #1. Mint condition. Absolutely love this comic. Look how vibrant it is. Absolutely stunning. He's like, "You idiot! You opened the bag. Now the comic is useless or worthless." And Beavis and Butthead #1. Scraping the jaw, scraping the jaw. Look at that. Not worth jack shit, but I just love having it. I actually got that when it, first came out back in 91 or 92. And I always loved that front cover from Dark Horse Comics. Absolutely awesome. More comics down here. Batman Year One on the wall. And I just got this guy yesterday. He's still in the box because I haven't had time to take him out yet. Raphael from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Neca 1/4 scale figure. Looks absolutely incredible, and I will bring you a review on him in the next few days. Maybe later today, we'll see how it goes. And just been spreading out the die-cast figures and other stuff. Just moving some bits around. I've also put comics just under here. I maybe should have put them a bit lower, but I'm not too sure what's going to happen. It's always good to leave yourself a bit of space here, just in case I decide to get more books. But then you've got more comics here as well. Batman Begins, Robocop vs Terminator, which is a classic. Still remember the day I walked into the comic book shop and found that. I used to have a local comic book shop where I lived. Didn't last very long, about 2 years. Those were some very special years for me. Me and my buddy used to ride down there on our BMX. It was only about 5 minutes away from my house, and we were only about 12 at the time. But all the bigger guys used to hang out in there for hours talking about aliens and Predator, Terminator, Robocop, all that stuff. I grew up just surrounded by cool dudes who were collecting all this cool stuff. But unfortunately, that comic book shop is no more. As I said, it only lasted about 2 years. So now I have to go up to London whenever I want to go comic hunting. I just like these front covers, so I decided to display them here. And just back up again so you can see those posters. I love that one of Heath Ledger behind the frosted glass. That's an absolutely gorgeous poster. And the one of Wonder Woman's very nice. Here we have Dog Soldier's signed picture, although my buddy Nick was good enough to point out that it isn't actually real. It's just been printed, or I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I can't remember, it's so bloody long ago. But I think it might not be 100% genuine, but it looks cool, and it's in the frame. And it's one of my favorite. That's probably my favorite horror film of all time. And yeah, let me show you what's happening here. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to show you. So let me put a little pause in, because there's a 10-minute limit shooting on this Samsung S8 phone. So, yep, there's Batman. The Hot Toys 1/4 scale Dark Knight with a cape by Dark Spartan. Had that cape a long time ago. You can check out all the videos I did on this a couple of years back. But yeah, he looks very impressive and quite intimidating up there. I got him with the aggressive mouth plate in. fantastic figure, and once I get the Hot Toys 1/4 scale Heath Ledger Joker, they'll be standing side by side. And over here we've got some Batman comics. Now someone left me a comment on Instagram, I think it was, asking me why I had specifically chosen all of these comics, because someone said that these were the comics they grew up with, and why did I choose these specific ones or something. Quite shallow reason, really, just because of the artwork on the front covers. I just had quite a lot of Batman comics, and I just went through trying to find older ones. I mean, that looks really old. That one's quite old as well. That's when Batman goes to London. And yeah, they look nice. You can see I've put 5 in that one, and with these ones they're 4-part series, so there's only 4 in this, so you get more space between, which is actually a bit nicer looking, I think. But yeah, still looks good with 5 in there. I get these frames from a supermarket in England called Asda, ASDA, and yeah, they're really handy for this. And not much has changed up here. You still got the werewolf, looking awesome. Absolutely fantastic piece. A couple of people leave comments saying it looks really good, but they're not too sure if they should get it. You definitely should before it's gone. It comes with the nice backdrop there. It's just a fantastic piece. Great base as well. That's actually a skull from Vampirella. She's looking alright. I'm going to change up her pose soon. Need to have a little repose with Black Panther as well. And down here on the Batman Begins shelf, we have now this space here, right where these postcards are, that's just temporary. I've got a canvas painting of Batman Begins coming any day now. It's actually of that picture, but where he's actually coming down the stairs, or the part of that building, whatever. And yeah, there's the Neca 1/4 scale Batman Begins. We've got him in a kind of aggressive pose, although to be honest it doesn't look very aggressive. It just looks like he's holding up his hands just for the sake of it. It's because that mouth plate doesn't really scream aggression. I actually tried to pull off his head yesterday and put one of the spare Enterbay heads on him instead, as I've seen people do it and it does look just fine. So still trying to do that, but that head is really on there and I couldn't get it to come off. Using the DC Direct Batman Begins base for the Neca figure. They just did an amazing job with this. Look at that thing. For a £100 figure, 1/4 scale, that is incredible. Absolutely amazing. Just come around the side. You can do pretty much any pose with him and leave him like that permanently and he'll be fine. And I've got the Hot Toys Dark Knight, as in him up there. That's the Bruce Wayne head that comes with him. I just got him on the base here just to add a little bit of something to look at. And a very nice steel book, Batman Begins, The Demon by Hot Toys with a custom cape by me, Scarecrow mask, and the little version of him by Neca, so that's the 1/4. And here's the scaled down version that they made as well. There's the Scarecrow of his box, and the Enterbay Bruce Wayne head, which is actually my favourite Bruce Wayne head in any scale by any company. And the Beast himself, Enterbay Batman. We'll see how the Hot Toys one fares up against this once it's released. I'll bring you a comparison. But getting the Hot Toys one day one when it's released, so I'll be bringing you plenty of goodies on that. Here we have some Predator comics. I love the artwork on that. Predator Bad Blood. Really gory. He's just killed another Predator below him. And always love that artwork there. And Predator 1 and 2, well, part 1 and 2 of the movie Predator 2 in comic form. Some more Batman goodies. And people were asking about the guitar. It's nothing special really. It's not an SG. Well, it is an SG, but it's not a Gibson SG. It's actually an Epiphone SG. But it does say Gibson on it, so it wasn't cheap. But this is my main guitar now, and it's got a little sticker, Travis Bickle on there from Taxi Driver, standard. And here we have Vampirella, and she's actually on a rotating base permanently. So she just turns and turns and turns. And it looks awesome doing it. So that's cool. Haven't really found a place for Harley Quinn yet. Let me put a pause in 1 second. Yeah, so I need to find somewhere to put Harley. This is a fantastic figure and definitely deserves her own spot, but I just need to find somewhere to put her. Same deal for the Raphael figure as well. I need to find somewhere to put him. More than likely in the other room, because there's a lot more space in there now than there is in here. Here's some awesome Beavis and Butthead comics that I just love. They're all mint condition. I'm really happy with myself for keeping these so fresh. I mean, this is right off the press, man. It's absolutely mint condition. So let's see. Yeah, some great stuff. I love me some Beavis and Butthead. And Buddy Nick just got a sick Beavis and Butthead tattoo. Look at that. Awesome. Booger World. Sure, most of you guys don't even know who Beavis and Butthead is, to be honest, because there's a bit of an age gap these days, but I am a child of the 80s. Oh no! And a teenager of the 90s. And a man of the noughties. I love this one. Look at the Christmas special. You ain't the boys that have been whacking off in my tool shed, are you? And, oh, there he is again. What was his name? Mr. Anderson or whatever? I can't remember. Anyway, sick Halloween one. I want to display these at some point, same way that I'd have with some of the Batman ones up there. More comics under here, lots more comics. Need to sort through them and figure out what's going on. What's this one? This is just more Catwoman stuff. Here's the vinyl from Prince for the '89 Batman film. Got that when the film was coming out. Awesome stuff. Here's me Tool vinyl for Lateralis. And here is a vinyl that I played drums on with an old band I was in called Silent Front. That was a split single we did with a band called Tiger Force. And yeah. Is my name on it anywhere? Should be. Somewhere. It's in the notes inside. Oh, there it is. There's me. And last but not least, Dean for kicking 3 years with us. Yeah, I was with these guys for 3 years. Had some good times. And here's Slinked Spiderland. Check out this album. Absolutely amazing, and definitely one you need to own on vinyl, because that's just how this album was meant to be heard. I'm sure most of you guys don't know what the hell I'm talking about right now. Anyway, yeah. There's some good stuff right there. That's about it. Let me show you these again. You saw these in part 1. Just cards from the Dark Knight trilogy, some comics, some other goodies, bits and pieces such as that. Some more little bits, some Neca pieces. The 1/1 scale Endo Skull by Sideshow Collectibles from T2. And some other bits and pieces. This was the first concert I ever went to, including, I hadn't even seen a band play in a bar or a pub, nothing, not even a back garden party, nothing. My first live music experience was Pearl Jam in '96, front row centre at Wembley. I was 16 years old. And it was unbelievable. I was like their biggest fan at the time, so to be front row centre for my very first live music experience in front of my heroes at the age of 16, just can't really put that experience into words, man. It was deep. Yeah, you saw those before. And yeah, let's have a quick run through of these again. So we got Catwoman here now. She was in a different position before. She was actually up there where the Dark Knight is, and that's changed slightly. And then we have Maleficent with a repainted head from the Effects Laboratory in Spain. And the Batman Returns with a custom cape by Jackson XU. And the Wonder Woman figure from Batman vs Superman. And then we got Nightmare Batman, looking pretty sweet. Armored Batman with a custom mouth plate from 1/6 Kit. Just a regular sort of relaxed expression, just from the moment where he's looking up at the sky at night waiting for Superman to turn up. And Batman himself in the regular suit with a Unreal Toys unwired cape, which is absolutely gorgeous. And Superman himself. And Arkham City Batman and he's pretty much all stock, but he's been slightly repainted and weathered by me. You've got Eric Draven, the Crow, fantastic piece by Hot Toys, with the Maleficent Crow on his shoulder. And then you've got the classic cop shootout version, or cop police station shootout massacre, whatever you want to call it, or just the battle damage version. But either way, a very iconic looking Terminator from the original movie. Deadpool, who needs a bit of a repose, but I'm always a bit worried to bend his arms and leave him in any kind of extreme position because I don't want the suit to, deteriorate. But yeah, that's how he's looking right now. And there's Jared Leto Joker, purple coat version. Absolutely gorgeous box, but you've heard me talk about that in part 1. And same goes for Harley, still got her in that same pose. Someone did leave me a comment saying that the pose is ridiculous because there's no way she'd be able to get her head around that far. Believe it or not, I did actually try to turn my head back like that before I did the pose, and I think I was able to pull it off. So it might be a fraction turn too much, but I wanted to be able to see her face, so it doesn't look freakishly abnormal to me. I think pretty much, well, maybe a little bit too much. We'll see how it goes. I might change it. And Tuxedo Joker, fantastic piece, fantastic box. And Man of Steel Superman, who basically looks like he's just hovering. That is sick. Look at that. Awesome stuff. And that's it for now. I guess the next time you see me is when I bring you a little review on Raphael there, which I can't wait to get him out and see what he's all about. I've seen many reviews on him and he does look fantastic. But I love the displaying the comics in these frames. Very glad I went with that look. Yeah, there's a bit more wall space for some more later on. I'm exhausted now, I've been working on this constantly for about a week. So that's me done for now. Alright, that's it. Let me know if there's anything else you want to know or see. I'll go ahead and get that done for you. Alright. Thanks for watching. And thanks for all your support. And I will see you soon.